Welcome back to GamecocksOnline.com. I'm joined by head volleyball coach Scott Swanson as we get ready for the first road trip of the season for the Gamecocks as you head up north to Tobacco Road for the Duke Invitational. And it's a level up in competition for you guys facing Northwestern, UNCW, and Duke. What are your early impressions on those three teams, and how are you guys kind of game planning as this week goes on?
I think all three teams are really good. Very physical at the net, just athletic and good is the best way I can put it. We're going to have a real challenge this weekend. But having said that, I think we match up really well against these teams. I think we're physical enough and high enough at the net with some pretty good ball control to go along with that to do really well. So we're looking forward to the challenge, but we do know that we're going to have to step it up a level from what we did this past weekend, and there's no 3-0 easy sweeps coming our way. I don't think it's going to be a battle.
And not only have you been able to take a look at your opponents, but you've been able to see yourselves on tape and watching those three matches back from the weekend at the Gamecock Invite. What did you kind of learn from the tape to kind of game plan for this week ahead for you guys?
I guess I learned that we need to be a little bit better defensively, and that starts with our blocking. Just making earlier lineups so that our defenders can read around our block and have a better chance of digging a hard-driven ball. And just, taking care of the little stuff. We're talking a lot about doing the little things well, and whether that's just communication or being disciplined in our position so that we have a better shot at playing a ball the way we need to play it. That's really important, just staying focused. And that's going to come through just doing it in practice on a regular basis. And we're looking forward to tomorrow when we're going to play some more 6-on-6 and just kind of do the walkthrough with Northwestern's lineups. And hopefully we're focused and ready to take on a really good team on Friday.
And this is the first full week of classes for the team. And have you noticed that there's kind of a more concerted effort to try and get that focus when there's so many new factors pulling on the team heading into, the school year and now the season starting, where you got to try and maybe adjust the way that you come at them at practice and kind of get them ready for games when they've got a lot of good things going on in their lives?
Yeah, it's definitely a big change, especially for our freshmen who are going to college for the first time. So we had to talk about that today. When you come in and you're in two-a-days, all you have to worry about is volleyball. Now we have weights in the morning twice a week. We have study hall. We have class, meetings with different people, video, all that stuff, and it takes really good discipline, and you have to manage your time really well, or you can get stressed and be thinking about the wrong thing. So today's practice was a little unfocused because of that, I think, and we're going to hopefully fix that tomorrow and be more dialed in and be ready to really focus on what we need to do to stop Northwestern and how we want to attack them. But it's a process, and I think every program in the country is going through a little bit of this. It's beginning of the season, and it's a lot coming at them at one time. So we got to try to help them with not overloading.
And I'll wrap up with this. It seemed like last weekend that you had a variety of options offensively, and as the team kind of gets more comfortable in the offense and kind of in the swing of things game plan wise, is there anyone that you've seen so far this week in practice that you feel could have a breakout weekend?
We have several. We have several players that have that possibility. I think Alicia Starr is doing really, really well as a passer, blocker, and hitter. I think Michaela Robinson continues to improve at closing the block and being a presence at the net. When we can get her the ball, it's pretty impressive. Same thing with Michaela Shields, playing 6 rotations and hitting a little bit out of the back row and serving tough and improving her block this week, especially when she's one-on-one. She's making much better moves. So there's a list. Claire Edwards had a really good. We had a lot of people who had good weekends last weekend that did not get on the all-tournament team that deserve a lot of credit just for being really solid statistically. And Claire was one of those. Just really did her job well all weekend and continues to do that in practice. So it's a good problem to have. We have some really good players that didn't get to play very much last weekend that are getting better every week and ready to step in if we need them. So we're happy with what we have and our depth. It's a good situation.